All right, so here is the next iteration of the series of experiments and processes that I'm building. I'm using the same tool as shown previously. It's ChatGPT for Sheets, which also works with Google Docs. So in previous videos, I demonstrated how I'm able to generate long-form blog post content by stacking various prompts together, which within a matter of essentially seconds builds me a blog post similar to this one. And then normally we have a follow-up edit process where we put this into a Google document, which is leveraged with Surfer or SurferSEO for SEO editing. And now what I've been able to kind of build is the ability to automatically include keywords into the copy of this outline. To do that, I load up this tool, which gives me a sidebar inside of ChatGPT. From here, I'm going to create a prompt which says update the copy to include the following keywords. And then with the sidebar from Surfer, I can basically just copy. I'm going to copy a few of these, probably clean them up. I'm going to take these out here. And the objective here is to inject these keywords into the copy to give it a better quality score. Maybe a better way of doing this, but this is what I'm doing for now. So now we have a score of 53. I'm going to hit submit and see what happens. All right, so now that's run, I'm going to hit the space bar. All right, we got 65. So let's run this one more time. Let's do it down to here, and we'll give this a test as well. And the idea here is we're trying to get particular synonyms injected into this piece of content for a better overall semantic quality score. Next, I'll show you how to actually also use this tool stack to test the quality of the content. A few more of these guys. All right, let's run that, see what our score looks like. So we're at 65 now. All right, let's move this. All right, we're into the green. That's what we want. All right, next we're going to use this same tool. We're going to grade this. This is using the following prompt that says, I want you to act as an English Google quality rater trained in auditing content for quality, relevance, truthfulness, and accuracy. You are familiar with the concepts of EAT, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness, and your money, your life. So these are essentially some of Google's rater guidelines. When evaluating the content, create a page quality PQ rating. Be very strict with your assessment. The second part of the audit should also be very detailed and provide actionable suggestions for improving the content further. Give tips on how to match search intent and user expectations better. Give tips on what the content is missing. So I'm going to submit this guy here. Do this here. I want this to show up smaller. So hoping... Let's change this to normal text, and we're going to hit submit and let the magic happen. All right, boom. So now here we go. We have our score. populated above the content. So this gives us recommendations on things to do to improve this. So let's talk about a couple of these just really quick. So expertise, for instance, the content lacks expertise and fails to provide valuable and accurate information to the user. The author does not have any credentials or experience in the field, and the content is poorly researched and outlined or outdated. The content needs to be written by an expert with relevant qualifications and experience in the field. Actionable suggestions, hire an expert in the field. So one of the things we haven't included in this content is like a biography or a bio section. So we might want to include that to increase the expertise. Authoritativeness. The content lacks authoritativeness and it fails to establish the website or author as a trustworthy source of information. So again, we might want to connect that to an author. Some of this is going to be somewhat cursory in that it's not, we're not actually looking at a website, we're looking at content. Let's look at call to action, for instance. The content lacks a clear call to action and fails to guide the user towards the desired action. The website needs to ensure that the content has clear and actionable call to action that guides the user towards the desired action. So some of these, some of these we have to take with a grain of salt because this is based off of both the content and the structure, but other recommendations are pretty sound. So for instance, this call to action is definitely true. There's no real actionable call to action in this article. So we might want to include that here and then rerun this. We could keep rerunning this score until we start to close the gap, which is also going to give us a better kind of view in the side of Google's eyes. So anyway, that's kind of the next stage of where we're at to start building this content. And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts.